I've been vegan for about 4 years, and at the beginning of last year, I realised that being vegan simply wasn't enough. While I'd personally stopped participating in and paying for the exploitation and killing of animals, the world had not. I started attending vigils, but I quickly became really frustrated, feeling hopeless, watching truck after truck of animals being taken to their executions. I felt a burning urgency inside of me to lift the curtain on what was going on and to share the harsh, brutal reality that animals face. I wanted to make the world stop, listen, and look at what was happening to the most innocent and docile beings on this earth, whether the world wanted to hear about it or not. In September of last year, I co-founded Direct Action Everywhere Melbourne, and 3 months later, I led the team into Australia's first daylight slaughterhouse shutdown and rescue, where 7 lives were liberated. A few months later, we disrupted a steakhouse which received global media attention, and a couple of days after that, we stormed another killing factory, where we got onto the kill floor and we shared extremely graphic footage with the world. Some of that footage can be seen in Dominion. People, even some vegans, see these actions as being extreme, but I wonder how extreme they would seem to the victims. How hard would we fight if it was our mothers being confined, abused and exploited for nobody? How hard would we fight if it was our sons being shackled upside down and having their throats slit? What would we do if it was our families being shot from the sky? How hard would you want the animals to fight for you if you were in their place? We need to take direct action. Direct action, as defined by the MLK Centre, is the strategic use of non-violent tactics and methods to bring an opponent or oppressive party into dialogue to resolve an unjust situation. It's used as a moral force to illustrate, document and counter injustices. Non-violent direct action seeks to create such a crisis and foster such a tension that a community that has constantly refused to negotiate is forced to confront the issue. It seeks to dramatise the issue so that it can no longer be ignored. Direct action isn't just about disruptions. It includes rallies, letter writing campaigns, vigils, petitions, fasts, walks and marches, civil disobedience and boycotts. You don't need to be storming slaughterhouses to be involved in direct action, but as people who know the truth, we must be actively trying to bring their darkness to the light. We need to speak out against injustice, and we need to use our voice so the issue cannot be ignored. We need to forego our comforts, risk our bodies and our liberties to fight for the animals to gain theirs. We need to push the boundaries. We need to disrupt and occupy places where violence is being used, consumed and committed. And we're ready to do that. On Monday of this week, I was at the leaked.com.au action. I'm not sure if you guys followed that. I was running the outside team, and it quickly became apparent that we needed to go inside. Through the fence, we saw animals being herded to the kill floor, to meet their executions. The team who was on the roof, we were in contact with them and they said they are killing animals inside. We can hear them thudding as they're slitting their throats, and the workers were laughing. I gathered the 30 people that were outside and I said, guys, we need to go in. Who's prepared to go in? And to my surprise, almost every single person put their hand up. And none of those people turned up that day prepared to storm a killing factory, but they did. We climbed the fence, we stormed the killing factory, and we occupied the pens for an hour so that they could take no more animals to their deaths. Because of the direct action that we took, they surrendered Zoe, a lamb, into our care. Once Zoe was in the float and out of that killing factory, we left. Every single minute of every single day all over this world, animals are being needlessly bred, mutilated, exploited, tortured, abused and killed for human use. For too long, the animals' cries have been ignored. And for too long, we have passively asked for the exploitation, torture and killing of animals to stop. For too long, as activists, we have felt helpless, we felt defeated and disempowered. No more. That stops today. This is an urgent call to action. Veganism is not a diet. This is about justice, respect, and equality for all beings. It's time for all of us to step up. It's time for all of us to speak up. If we have any hope of ending this nightmare, we must do more. United, we are a force to be reckoned with. The animal harming industry is shitting themselves, as someone said earlier today. Together we can change this world for animals. I want you all to use your voice, fight like hell, and don't stop until we achieve total animal liberation. So last night some horrific footage has surfaced from your state, guys. My question to you is, how are you going to respond? What are you going to do about it? It's okay to be outraged, and it's okay to be angry. We need to channel that anger and that outrage into action for animals. Are you guys ready to step up? Are you ready to speak up?
Yeah!
What do we want?
Animal liberation!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Animal liberation!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Animal liberation!
When do we want it?
Now!
Are we going to fight for it?
Yes!
And are we going to get it?
Yes!
Will we ever give up?
No!
What do we want?
Animal liberation!
And when do we want it?
Now!
Animal liberation now! Animal liberation now!
Animal liberation now! Animal liberation now!
I believe in every single one of you. We can beat the animal harming industry, we can lift the curtain, we can expose what's going on together. But let's remember, veganism is not a diet. We are not fighting people, we are fighting oppressive systems, and they are strong. But I promise you, if we band together, if we unite, we will win this fight, and animals will be free. Thank you.